he was in front of me, he pulled me into him, and his hands were just on me and didn't come off. Then the hands started moving, and they were on the side of my breasts, on my hips, back down to my butt, back up, sort of. Then they were just on me the whole time, and I froze.
These are the words of Stacey Williams, a well-known model who was in a relationship with Jeffrey Epstein during the 1990s. She has broken her long silence and revealed a truth so disturbing it shakes the heart. Stacey says, "When we arrived at Trump Tower, shortly afterward, Donald Trump came in. He pulled me toward him in a forceful manner. His behavior was deeply inappropriate and made me extremely uncomfortable. He kept crossing personal boundaries, and I was so frightened I couldn't even speak." Just imagine how hard it must be to share something like this. What Stacey went through is beyond what words can truly express. Yes, this is just an allegation, but the way she spoke, her pain, her trembling voice, it compels us to reflect deeply. What is truth? What is falsehood? That is for the courts to decide. Or perhaps time will bring justice. But Stacey's statement does teach us this much. When harm is suffered in silence, it becomes the most terrifying kind. We may not have the courage to repeat everything she endured, but we can at least say this: speaking out against injustice is the first step, and Stacey has taken that first step.
They were best friends. I dated Jeffrey for a period of more or less, I think about 4 or 5 months. And the only friend that he would mention every time we saw each other or had a phone conversation was Donald. And he would share a lot of anecdotes. I have plenty of anecdotes. And yeah, they were very close, and they were up to no good.
This was the moment when a dark face of humanity was revealed before us. Stacey Williams shared that when Trump allegedly assaulted her, Jeffrey Epstein was also present. And the most shocking part is this: Trump and Epstein looked at each other and smiled as if it were some kind of game, some kind of joke. Just imagine, both of them were smiling during such a horrific moment, as if it meant nothing to them, as if it was normal. This isn't just an incident, it's a sign of something far more disturbing, a hidden conspiracy lurking beneath the surface. Those smiles tell us that their friendship was not just superficial. It was a shared secret, a deep connection, one that seemed to shield their abusive actions from the world.
There was a time when he mentioned that he had to check in on him because he was unwell and very upset about something that had happened. I remember because he was late to pick me up, and he was explaining why he was late. They were just, it was such a long time ago, but it was just that was his bro, that was his wingman. It was clearly, I'd hear about Ghislaine and I'd hear about Jeffrey. And I met Ghislaine in his house. She would come wafting in and out, the home in New York. So he was clearly just someone that he talked about all the time. And again, I met Jeffrey the second time and we started dating based on the reintroduction that happened at the Plaza Hotel at a Christmas party in 1992 that Donald Trump threw. They were very, very close.
What happened after the incident is equally shocking. Stacey Williams says that when she left Trump Tower, Jeffrey Epstein's behavior suddenly changed. He was furious, so much so that he started yelling, "Why did you let him do that?" This reaction is beyond understanding. Epstein, who was present at the time and a part of the incident, was now angry and questioning Stacey. This reveals that the conspiracy had many disturbing layers, and Epstein's anger and aggression were also part of the larger story. Stacey Williams shared, "This all happened so quickly and in such a strange way that I felt frozen. My body stopped, as if I couldn't move at all. If this had happened in a dark alley, maybe I would have tried to fight back, but it all happened openly, in front of people's eyes." Hearing this breaks the heart. When cruelty is so shameless and brazen that it happens openly, a person's natural instinct to protect oneself becomes paralyzed. I believe this is the moment when any human freezes in fear, because a place is far more terrifying when you know for sure no one will stand by you. This is Stacey's story of pain, and it makes us reflect on how difficult it is to raise one's voice in such circumstances. Stacey Williams says, "I am increasingly convinced that this was all planned in advance. Epstein deliberately took me to Trump and allowed all this to happen. It's terrifying to think that one person can be used as a weapon against another. This is not just a violation of an individual's personal life, but a sign of deep corruption within an entire system. When a person does not feel safe, both their confidence and their life are deeply affected." Stacey's words point us toward the hidden depths of this conspiracy, where powerful people misuse their power and play with the lives of others. The truth has already come out through the polygraph test. I took this test to tell the truth, and I passed it. I also have evidence from after the incident, such as notes and documents that verify what happened. Now the question is, what evidence does Trump have? When I have such strong proof, he should have solid reasons to deny it, but he keeps making accusations without any real evidence. This matter is not just about allegations. It is a battle of facts, and the facts are on my side. Epstein and Trump were not just best friends, but their relationship had a deeper, more sinister conspiracy. Epstein's decision to take Stacey to Trump was likely deliberate, as the statement suggests. This was not a coincidence, but a calculated plan of power and control. Now that the whole story has come to light, and Stacey has presented her account clearly and fearlessly, we must understand this. In this web, a person was used like a pawn, and this was done with full intention. This reminds us that having power does not always mean justice, and it can be misused in harmful ways. And the ones who suffer the most are those whose voices are silenced. Epstein used to often tell me, "Trump likes you a lot. He said this about you, he said that." Hearing all this felt like I was just part of a game. A game where powerful people make decisions among themselves and no one asks questions. But today, years later, what Stacey Williams has shared breaks the silence that has surrounded many such cases for years. We are not here to prove anyone right or wrong, nor is our intention to insult or ridicule anyone. We are simply bringing you information that has come to light from various sources so that you can think for yourself, understand for yourself, and decide for yourself. If you want to keep receiving such reports, statements, and news on time, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and be sure to share your thoughts in the comments. Our effort is only to deliver news to you without any bias. Like, subscribe, comment your opinion. Should statements like these be investigated?